Welcome back to DS Trucks. So I got my 19 F250 pulled up right here because my 2020 450 was in an accident. And I wanted to hurry up and get this video out. I wanted to fill you guys in on everything that's going on and what happened with the F450. I know I haven't been posting a lot of videos lately, and the reason for that is I've been so busy, so overwhelmed that it's just been hard to keep up. Being short-staffed, short-handed, and all that, it's just been hard to keep up. But nonetheless, the 450 wasn't an accident the day before yesterday at the time of filming this. So basically what happened, we have been working, we have been tearing down a shed, and with that shed we were using our dump trailer. We had it full of wood. The dump trailer was full of wood, and our loads were averaging, like, with the couple loads that we had, the shed came down on like 2 loads, maybe 2.2 loads. I got a little bit more to get. The first load was like just about 2,200 pounds. So I think the second load was pretty close. So I'm hauling like at least 2,000 pounds with the trailer, the dump trailer, and the dump trailer itself probably weighs like 4,500 pounds, 4,800 pounds. So over 6,000 pounds, a good amount over 6,000 pounds. I'm towing with the 450, and I'm coming down Jefferson. I'm literally doing the speed limit. I'm laser focused on the road, eyes straight ahead, 2 hands on the wheel, just looking, paying attention. And all of a sudden, as we approach like 13-mile area, a car is in the turn, is in their left-hand lane, and they're going to make a left-hand turn. Well, right as I approach the intersection, the car makes a left-hand turn, tries to make it in front of me, but didn't make it. They didn't leave me enough time. So I slammed the brakes, but it just wasn't enough time for me to stop. And boom, we made contact. I hit this car. It was a black Charger. I hit it. I know I was going 35 miles an hour. I even looked back at my GPS tracker. I was going exactly 35 miles an hour, and I slammed the brakes, and I just didn't have time. I do know I hit the brakes though, because think about it. That amount of weight, we're talking like 18,000 pounds rolling down the road. If I didn't hit the brakes at all, I'm pretty sure I would have blasted right through them at the 35 miles an hour. But I do remember hitting the brakes. It was like I seen everything happen in slow motion. It just was like, I mean, I was literally just focused on the road. So everything happened. It's like, oh shoot. It's like everything happened. I saw, like, I had a passenger with me. He closed his eyes, but I saw everything happening right in front of me. Like, it was just surreal. And yeah, we made contact with the vehicle, hit the driver's side door pretty good. And no, our airbags actually did not deploy. So after the collision, I backed up like an inch, maybe like 6 inches or so. I backed up because my car was still jammed into the other person's car. And I get out and I look at my truck and I go, oh man, look at this truck. I go, what are you thinking? And I'm realizing, like, hey, no one's getting out of this Charger. So I walk over to the other side of the Charger. There's another car. Apparently the Charger flew into the other car. I didn't know that at the time. But yeah, the Charger, I guess, hit another car. Maybe. I don't know. Still don't know. But I probably should look at the police report and see if that's what happened. If there was 3 cars or 2 cars. There was a white Super Duty. And I'm like looking. I see this guy standing there. He got out of Super Duty, but I didn't hit the Super Duty. I hit the Charger. And I go, are they okay? And the guy goes, no, they're not okay. Dial 911. So the guy dials 911. It's ringing in his phone, but he's telling me to dial 911. And I just went into his car and told the 911 operator where we were, because he was a little bit panicked. So I just told him that. They were just like in his speakerphone saying, hello. Anyone there? He was like, oh my God, ma'am, are you okay? He's like looking at her, and I'm just telling her, like, don't move. She wasn't responsive. She came out of her seat. She flew out of her seat. She was in the footwell, like her head was in the passenger side footwell, and she was laying across the center console, totally unresponsive, not moving, not making any noise, kind of like she wasn't even breathing. I just saw her laying there, and then some people were kind of like talking to her, and I was just like telling them don't move her. And all of a sudden, when the EMS got there, she started to make some noises, and she started to kind of wake up. They got her out of the car, and yeah, I'm not sure her condition after that. I did ask the police how she was doing, and they were saying like, hey, if she's still here and they didn't rush her to the hospital, maybe she's starting to become stable. I don't know. I need to figure out, I guess, if she's all right. But I don't know at this moment. So I don't think I was at fault. I don't know if I don't see how I could be at fault. All the witnesses that were there's quite a few witnesses, said that, yeah, she just turned in front of you. You had a green light, and she just turned and didn't give you enough time to stop. So, I mean, that's how I remember it, and that's how my passenger remembers it, and that's how all the witnesses saw it. So, yeah. Now, one of the things I do know is I do not have a dash cam, and I do have what I do have is I do have the GPS. With the GPS, I can at least say that yes, I was going the speed limit. I wasn't speeding or anything like that. I can at least say that. But without the dash cam would be really a good item to have right now. But that's one of those things that I don't have. And I really need to step up my game and get a dash cam. So soon there will be a dash cam installed in both of my trucks, because this could be a he said, she said situation where there's an accident, there's a company vehicle, there's an injury, and somebody wants to sue a company. So yeah, that's a big issue. You know, once you put your lettering on your company vehicles and everything, it's a whole different ball game. It's like you get scrutinized for all this extra stuff. And then even with my other truck and trailer with my 450, that's a CDL setup. It's like it just makes it more, everything ends up being more of your fault when something happens. So just by default, just by the situation, just by the type of license you have or type of vehicle you're driving, it's like a lot more liability can fall on you just because you're driving a bigger truck. So having a dash cam is something I need to work on. I know it's one of those things, again, there's always something, but it was something that's something I've been procrastinating on. You know, something was kind of like a loose end, just like when my trailer got stolen and I didn't have the GPS. I just kept procrastinating. You know, luckily this time there were witnesses, and there's really not a lot of argument. I don't know if the woman woke up yet, if she has any arguments or anything, or somehow wants to blame me or anything. But I don't know. I hope she's doing okay. A lot of people, you know, a lot of things that I hear is that, like, what an idiot she was. Was she on drugs? Was she drinking? Was she texting? All that. And the truth of the matter is, I don't know. You know, she could have just made a mistake. You know what I mean? We've all made mistakes before. She could have just maybe thought she could make it. You know, I was going 35 miles an hour, and everybody goes 40 to 45 on Jefferson. So maybe just the way it looks, having the one vehicle sitting there going the speed limit makes things look like you can make it. You know what I mean? If I were going 45 or 30 or 40, it would have been like, oh, I definitely don't look like I can make it. So maybe that's what happened. But either way, you know, I don't want to say the reason that she was on something or that she whatever. I don't know. You know, people, it was crazy. Like, someone made a Facebook group post for the city, and they're saying stuff like, oh, Chargers, whoever drives the Charger, those Charger drivers are always getting in accidents, and oh, it's probably alcohol, or oh, the company, or what, all this crazy stuff. The truth of the matter is, I don't know. I don't know if she was texting. I don't know if she was drinking. I don't know what the situation was. But I will say that I think she probably just made a mistake. She probably just had a poor lapse of judgment and thought, hey, I can make it. You know, these kinds of things. We've all had close calls, And sometimes these things just happen, and sometimes people just make mistakes. And I just hope she gets better. My truck, it's damaged. I don't know if it's going to be totaled or anything. I do know her car is probably going to be totaled, most likely. And I'm glad she lived. I'm glad nobody else got hurt. I wish she wouldn't have got hurt. I think if she had been wearing her seatbelt, that would have been beneficial for sure. Maybe she wouldn't have gotten so, removed from her seat and freaking thrown all over her car. Who knows? All her airbags and everything went off. She was not really unconscious. And people were saying like, hey, was she faking? It's like, no, sir, she wasn't faking. She was really hurt. And it's unfortunate. Really makes me realize like, dang, put on your seatbelt. Even at 35 miles an hour, something can happen. Freaking knock you out your seat. I braced myself. I was wearing my seatbelt because I'm a good guy. I always wear my seatbelt. But I braced myself. My passenger was wearing his seatbelt for real. And I didn't really feel much, having that much weight. I really am impressed with how the truck performed in an accident. So, I'm very happy about that. I'm not so thrilled that the truck's going to have a pretty bad accident on his record. That's not cool. It's going to lower the value of the truck. But I guess it is what it is. The 450s hold their value anyway. I've seen 450s get frames installed after being damaged. So I can't see the truck being totaled. I could see it get literally, if it needed a frame, I could see it getting a frame. So pretty wild, pretty crazy situation. I don't know if the insurance covers any of the lost value or anything like that, but I know they should fix it. So far, the insurance has been great, though. They're like, hey, let's get this guy in a rental. They've been super helpful. I've never been in an accident like this, but the insurance has been super helpful. And so far, so good there. Hopefully, there's no hiccups or anything like that. But so far, so good. But just wanted to fill you guys in on everything that happened with the truck. I do really miss making videos and all that and posting. I just been so busy. I need to get back out there. It's honestly, it's been hard to even think about videos because the channel is such a truck channel. I want it to be a truck channel. I never really wanted it to be a lawn business channel like the other ones, like the Brian's Lawn Maintenance. I just wanted to kind of keep that stuff separate. I don't know if I'm going to change my direction, but the problem with the truck channel is it's so difficult to allocate the time to just make a truck only video. And then my mind is just not there right now because I'm just preoccupied with business and scheduling and employees and invoicing and all this different stuff, payroll, all this different stuff, all these different tasks that I have to do, being short staffed and just trying to make everything work. It's been hard to even think about a towing video or a truck video or a mod or anything. Like it's just been work. Try to keep up. I'm always behind, can't catch up. So it's been difficult. Then having time for the kids and the wife and all, it's been hard. But maybe there's an angle that I can find, or maybe there's a way that I can make it work. But anyway, guys, this is Sean. This is DS Trucks. See you guys in the next video. Over and out.